that you can adopt for your business to effectively manage at least your software licenses and software estate. Create a repository. Now, a centralized repository for all the software licenses would help maintain all the software contracts and related documentation in a single place. Now, this ensures easy access to information and simplifies audit preparation. Regular audit and compliance checks. Conduct regular internal audits to ensure that the compliance with software licensing agreements check. Now, these checks help identify potential risks before they escalate into significant issues. Optimization of software usage. Now, implement tools that provide visibility into software usage patterns. This helps identify underutilized licenses that can be reallocated or retired, optimizing the software spend. One of the examples is, let's say you've got 1,000 users, you purchased, this example by no means is an offense to Microsoft, but it's rather like a common practice that has been going on. So you purchased an E5 plan of Microsoft for all 1,000 users, but you are not utilizing all of it. Most of the businesses, they have purchased the licenses, they do not leverage the deployment funds provided by Microsoft, and they do not talk enough to their system integrators to enable all the features. Now, E5 is packed with amazing features for all the corporates, like be it large, small, any scale, and they are value packed all the way. All you need to do is actually utilize all the features, get them deployed, get them in practice, and you will love it. What businesses do is they purchase the licenses, all 1,000 E5 plan, but they're using the feature sets that are available in E1 or E3 plans. Now, E3 plans and E1 plans are relatively cheaper when it comes compared to E5. So a year goes by, 2 years goes by, and you're still using the E1 functionality. Let's say 50% of your users are actually using E1. Another 200 users, or let's say 20%, is using probably E3 functionality, and the rest of them are using E5. So only 300 people out of 1,000 are actually utilizing E5 functionality. Maybe there's a department who decided to utilize all the feature sets of E5, but other departments did not needed that. So it can be very different. So this is one of the ways to monitor the usage patterns. Even Microsoft provides certain dashboards where you can monitor the usage patterns of your own users from admin dashboard of M365. So you will be able to see what you're using, what you're not using. So if a department does not need E5 functionality at all, and they have got 200-300 people inside that department, so you might want to true down on those licenses, and the rest of the users can have E5 functionality. So it depends. But again, if I'm deploying that, I will make sure that all the users utilize the E5 functionality, because believe me, the feature set is amazing, and organizations are missing out if they're not utilizing the full E5 plan despite paying for it. Now, vendor relationship is another important thing. So establish strong relationships with the software vendors. A proactive approach in vendor management can lead to better negotiation terms, early warnings on potential compliance issues, and favorable outcomes. Now, vendors are very supportive when it comes to that, because they don't want to lose you as a customer, lose you as an account, but at the same time, they want to make sure that their customer success managers and other people who are customer focused, and your sales guys from the vendor side, they are more focused on ensuring that you use the software that you purchase, so you're getting the value out of it. And most times businesses, when they purchase the software, they don't really utilize the whole value of their purchases. So utilize vendor relationships more and more, see what kind of support that they can offer in extending the deployment. Maybe you have the budget for deployment, maybe you don't. But you can ask the vendor. I mean, all they can say is no. But if they have the budget, they'll definitely support you, and they will be able to provide those deployment funds where you can use your local system integrator to be able to expand your functionalities and get better productivity from the stuff that you have already purchased. I mean, you don't need to buy anything extra. You've already purchased it. Why don't you get it deployed properly if vendor is supporting it, right? So that's another thing. Now, incorporating SAM tools is another important thing that you need to do. So utilize SAM tools that are automated and they provide proper tracking, reporting, management of software assets. Now, these tools can help reduce human error. These tools can improve accuracy, provide real-time insights into the software environments. Some are agent-based, some are agentless, but agent-based tend to provide better quality results, and they're just collecting the stuff from the logs anyway, so you don't have to be really worried about that. Plus, I know this is always a concerning thing, that because businesses say, hey, we don't want to deploy any more agents in our machines. Yes, you don't. But at the same time, if it's saving you money, then you might, because the SAM tools who are agent-based, are actually providing a lot more value than the tools that are not agent-based, as per my experience. So you might want to look into having an agent-based tool, because that directly affects how your optimization works, which directly impacts how your financials are looking like, how much you will be able to save from your annual IT budget on a year-on-year basis. Now, there's another factor, which is continuous monitoring. So like if you have a SAM practice, you don't use it just when the vendor audit is near. Do it year-round. Make sure that you're doing continuous monitoring and proactive management and compliance checks of your software estate. Now, implement the systems and processes continuously to monitor software usage. Most of the tools are able to do that. Actually, they do that. That's their purpose. So this includes real-time tracking software installations, usage, and licensing. So when you say real-time tracking of software installation, what this means is if a new software gets installed, now you're already monitoring all your data center. Maybe you've got 1,000, 5,000 servers in your data center, and you're monitoring all of it. Now, one of the admins sitting in branch X decided to deploy something on one of the virtual machines in your data center. Out of many virtual machines that you have got, multiple thousands, you will be able to see which software is deployed, whether it was approved, authorized. Now, some of the tools also provide the role-based access or the approval process and whatnot, or you can tie it up with ITSM tools like ServiceNow. BMC Helix provides that for SMBs. You can tie it up with the Manage Engine. So these tools, they provide those levels of access. At the same time, Flexera and other tools like USU, they provide the role-based access within their ecosystem as a part of their tools. Even Ivanti does that. So you might want to consider multiple options. If you have ServiceNow, you might want to integrate ServiceNow with one of the SAM tools, because ServiceNow has got SAM, but it's preferred to have a SAM tool. Because ServiceNow in the end is ITSM. They're fantastic, they're best at it, but at the same time, if you combine them with Flexera or USU, you are just increasing the power to the next level. Risk management strategies. Now, develop a risk management strategy that addresses potential licensing shortfalls, unauthorized software, and other compliance risks. Now, this strategy should include clear action plan and responsibilities and the stakeholders. Another factor is employee training. Now, this is one of the most important ones, because you need to educate your people about the importance of software compliance, like you do for anything else, like policies and whatnot. Software compliance is another important thing. I know most of the businesses are centralized, so they have got, nobody can deploy anything on a computer that belongs to an organization. They need to have admin user access and passwords and whatnot. But at the same time, it's good to have those trainings, because even admins can make that mistake. Or one of your system administrator, data center administrator can make that mistake, or an Oracle administrator. There are multiple people who have got the rights. So those users also needs to be trained, especially the admins, to understand what needs to be done and what should not be done. And then maintain regular training sessions like throughout the year, like twice a year or maybe once a quarter, to make sure that they're aware about the security breaches, your users are aware about whatever issues can arise from the wrongful deployment of the software, or a software that's not authorized or checked or verified by proper teams to be so once they deploy it might be a risk. Lastly, ensure that your business is always ready for the vendor audits. Let's say you get a letter from Microsoft yesterday, so you should be able to produce the results within probably a week, 2 weeks, and should be able to show them, hey, we are completely compliant and whatnot. So this surprise vendor audits, you should be careful about them, and you should be always ready.